morning.
Morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub! I'm full of water! I say hot tub!
Wake up in there.
Hot tub! Get your hot tub! I'm gonna make it wet! Say hot tub! Rubber dub in the hot tub! Rubber dub with me! Shaking the hot tub!
Yeah!
Will it make me sweat?
Yeah!
Shaking the hot tub!
Yeah!
Will it make me wet?
Yeah! Well. Good morning. Welcome to 104.3
What a Tuesday you got lined up, man.
ESPN Northwest Florida. I think it's Beth Mulvey's birthday. Happy birthday, Beth.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We got a special Arnold High School student here that never gave up, never gave in. He turned a negative situation to positive, setback to comeback. Nothing but a winner. Nothing but a winner. Shelton, introduce yourself and tell us your story, man.
Yeah. Well, my name is Sheldon Jernigan. I'm a local. I've been here, I've been here 37 years. Man, I started getting in trouble at a young age. You know, you saw me in high school. What I realized as a young kid is I'd get more attention if I got in trouble than, just flying on the radar and doing the good things and stuff like that. So I got addicted to drugs when I was in high school, man, and it just led from one thing to another. My very first time actually I ever was in treatment was when I was 15 years old, and that introduced me, to a new way of life, but I was just too young and didn't want it at that time, So that led to multiple different treatment centers. I believe I had about 20-something, in and out of jail, just every single thing that comes along with it. Homelessness, lost my first wife due to this disease, a disease called addiction. And, man, every bad place in the world you can think of that you can go from this horrible, horrible thing, I went. I had a promising dance career when I was younger, as y'all probably remember. And
You remind me a lot when you danced. Remember we had
Coach
a
Hale
dance.
taught you all those moves.
Did you not have the dance off one night? Where were we at? Newbies?
I'm sure we did. I don't know. I did a lot of substances between then and now, so I'm not really sure. I don't remember. But, I really love speaking to the youth because, there's so many things, as y'all well know, there's so much access to things. I mean, you can go to the gas station. The gas stations now are pretty much like your local drugstore. You can get anything you want to get as messed up as you'd like to get, and that's kind of the last thing that brought me to my knees was something that they were selling in a gas station that was strong as the Oxycontin.
What was it?
It's called 7-hydroxymetragenine, and it's an alkaloid that's found in kratom that they synthetically concentrated and made super potent. They actually just did a ban on the sale of it in Florida. But we know as well with everything, prohibition has never stopped anyone from doing anything.
Right.
But what I was thinking about is I have, a preteen and a teen, and, we used to access alcohol by saying, hey, mister, you go in here and buy this. So I started being a whistleblower for some of that stuff. And actually, a lot of people in Bay County look at me like I'm the one who single-handedly took it off the shelves. It was not me. I was just a whistleblower, just a tiny guy with a loud mouth. But I just love to speak to the youth and speak to anybody that's going through anything, because the way I look at it now is like we're all in recovery. We all need something bigger and greater than ourselves that we have to wake up and reach toward. If not, our life is just lost and meaningless.
But some of the substance was killing people, correct?
Do what?
The substance you're talking about was actually killing people.
Yes, there are some. Now, I'm not going to sit here and link the number amount or anything because I don't know. I'd be lying if I told you. But yeah, there's some reported deaths from it too as well. And, when I tell you, I was an IV fentanyl heroin user. When I tell you this stuff was insane. It was. There's no reason they should be selling that in a gas station.
Right.
It was awful. It was horrible. I actually ended up in the psych ward coming off of this stuff, and the people thought I had lost my mind because I never heard God spoke to me so clearly. He's like, hey, when you get out, I want you to open your mouth about this stuff, and I just want you to scream it from the rooftops, And so I guess like my redemption story is like I got introduced to recovery, and the one thing that I can say is like I am not perfect at all. I'm not perfect at all, but I just never gave up. I maybe fell down 1,000 times, but I got up 1,001. So anybody out there that's struggling or restarting or beating themselves up because they're back in the same position, just don't quit. I don't know if it's that little man spirit in me or what. That tiny mighty guy that I think I am, but man, I just never quit. So there's so many outlets and so many ways that you can get better out there, and I'm just so grateful that God took what I thought was like my worst tragedy in life and made it my biggest blessing. Because now I don't, really, I want money and things of this nature, but being able to come on here and talk for a few minutes for free and maybe touch one kid's lives or maybe some addict out there who's struggling in life is, you can't put a monetary value on that.
Did you get treatment here? Because I see here a lot of people. I had a lot of friends that went by this, in the 90s when spring break was everything. Nobody really had a, career or aspirations. They all went to the club. I mean, it was kind of why they killed spring break. But my experience has been there's just not a lot of facilities here in Panama City to help those addicts in treatment.
So we do have a few inpatient treatment centers now here.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say them on air. I mean,
say what you want.
Yeah, I mean, we have Recovery Bay. We also have Journey Pier here.
I do have to charge you $500 every time.
So, and then also another thing that's really, really great that we're starting to see a lot of is there's a lot of I don't want to, sober living homes. I was about to call it halfway house. I think that's more for the prison people. But anyways, the halfway houses the sober living homes, they're everywhere here. So there is a lot of options available and around. Actually, because Florida was such big in the pill mill epidemic, we have more rehabs like per square mile than like any other state.
Oh, I bet.
It's pretty insane.
Yeah.
Everything they do is to make money.
Oh, absolutely.
And I love Kennedy, what he's trying to do. Sugar is a drug.
It is.
I take one bite of a piece of candy. You got to have another one, a cookie. You got to,
Caffeine.
Yeah.
They know
That's my
that.
thing,
They
too.
know that. So every food out there, they put sugar in it to get you hooked on it. They don't care about us. It's all about money. Everything's about money.
Yeah. And caffeine is a drug. I mean, we see so many
Look
people.
at alcohol.
I overuse caffeine. I mean, these energy drinks nowadays are outrageous. They taste so good. I mean, it's addictive.
And you know this. I had no idea how bad sugar is, how it feeds cancer, all the things sugar does to you. Then I started looking into alcohol. I used to drink beer a lot when I was going to college. Then I quit for years. And, but I see these people drinking all the time. They have no idea what it's doing to their kidneys, liver, heart, until it's too late. Then they find out, why, they get in the 50s and 60s and they die young because they abuse themselves drinking.
I also think something that's changed is the type of ingredients they're using in our food nowadays, and even alcohol is way different than what we ate back in the 80s and 90s. Because I could eat McDonald's 3 times a day, and I wasn't getting diabetes. I wasn't gaining a lot of weight.
Right.
Chicken McNuggets actually had chicken in it. Now they're using these synthetic meats. They're using high fructose corn syrup instead of regular just sugar. So the foods are very much more toxic, and we see that with rises.
Why do you think these kids are bouncing off the walls and getting in trouble in school, can't focus? Let me ask you this. What was the worst part of you? In California, I know you got homeless out there.
Yeah.
What was that when you said, hey, I'm going to
So,
change it?
I had gotten court ordered to a program out there, and like...
What part of California were you in?
I was in Bakersfield, California. It's like the armpit of America. No offense to anybody from Bakersfield. But anyways, I got court ordered to a program out there, and in my head, I just could not quit. So, and I had the idea of like, I'm just going to go out there and run it until I die, And I was out there, and in the time when I was homeless out there is when my wife passed away from this, from a fentanyl overdose, actually. Wow. Mm-hmm. And so that was actually kind of the catalyst that pushed me to get the longest amount of, sobriety that I had ever had. And that's really got my wheels turning. I always thought that I would die young from this. I never thought she would die from it. And it was kind of like, hey, man, you got these beautiful kids that rely on you, that are looking at you, that are watching you. It's time to step up to the plate. Yeah. And unfortunately that wasn't the last time that I used. Addiction is such a cunning, baffling, and powerful disease. They call it insidious. And the insidious part is like, I tell myself, hey, you know what, Coach, I think I can go use one more time successfully. Yeah. One more time turns into 3 years, turns into more arrests, more charges, more treatment centers, more, deception and lies. It's, for the longest time I had a hard time calling this thing a disease, but then I read about something where they call it an allergy. And I could wrap my head around that. Like, I have an abnormal reaction when I put these things into my body,
Right.
unlike the normal person. They can just
Right.
quit or say, oh, I don't like the way that makes me feel. Me, once I start, I can't stop until something physically stops me, whether it's death or whatever. Also, another really monumental part of my story, in 2018, I was found dead in my bedroom, and I was on life support. I can't remember. I think it was around maybe 2 weeks I was on life support. And you know my mother.
No, I
my
love her.
mom's been
Love
praying
her.
for me, gosh, her whole life. And she sat at the foot of my hospital bed and she said, God, if you can't save him, then take him.
Mm-hmm.
And 24 hours later, I woke up and,
Wow.
I was
Yeah.
dead for so long. They were worried about brain damage
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything like that. So the fact that I'm even here talking to you guys is nothing short of a miracle. And that's
Yeah.
why I have so much faith in God for everything that I've been through. And I'm still able to be sound mind and walking around physically fit and all the things like
Where was that? Was that in California or was that here when you were declared dead?
That was here. Yeah, that was
Wow.
here. Yeah, it sure was. I had, I never, whatever, we can blame it on certain things, but I had just never, I just kept it moving when my wife had passed away, and I never really processed it. And it came up and I went to my solution.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, drugs and alcohol is a solution. Like my brain, I suffer from a disease of perception. Pretty
Yeah.
much, my brain tells me I can do things differently this time, this round, so as soon as I figured out that drugs and alcohol was just like a symptom of my disease, and that once I take it away, I must fill it with something else, was a game changer for me.
I love what you said, that we are. That's the truest thing you said. We are addicted to something. Something turns us on. For some people, it's power, money, sex, drugs. And when I say drugs, I put alcohol in there also.
Oh,
I
for
think
sure. That's the gateway drug. If you want to talk about gateway drug, that's it.
Yeah.
Alcohol's the worst.
When we were in Lake Wales, we never let our coaches, I'm Rex Mercer, our first principal. I don't want to see any coaches out drinking. I was like, yeah, no doubt. And we'd have our coach me, you drink at home, don't drink in public. Cape Coral was a little bit different. It was, you could drink certain places. I still didn't feel comfortable drinking out. We'd go certain places. And then here, man, anything goes here. I was shocked. Panama City, be hell, do what you want.
Yeah.
It's
We have a reputation.
the
It's a
redneck
bold-
Riviera.
For sure.
But that's incredible. You get addicted, your wife's addicted, she doesn't make it, you do, and God has a purpose for you still being there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's probably what you're doing right now.
I've done some pretty cool things that the world would say in my life, but number one, the coolest thing that I get to do is work with other addicts. Every time that phone rings, that somebody's struggling, and I hopefully maybe get to give them a little hope. I watch a lot of guys die all the time too, as well. That's tough, but just to be able to be in a position where someone looks at me for hope is sometimes I almost feel guilty. I'm like, you don't know what I've been through. You should look at me like that, but they do, and it's the most beautiful thing ever.
Yeah. I tell you what, you got I love your mother. She works out. I watch her working out. I don't see her much at the gym. She goes earlier than I do. And she works out. We have sit up, and Jason said, "Oh, you do sit around and talk." I said, "Yeah, but we have friends there. We have social time there together."
Yeah, mouth
but
day.
Right.
what she's been through, her husband died, and the way she's motivates people, I love that. You're the same way. Now, y'all both are kind of motivators now. Big
Yeah,
time.
I get. It's kind of weird. You have a plan for your life, and then God just kind of moves and directs you and guides you somewhere.
Did you introduce
else,
yourself? Who you?
Yeah, Sheldon Jernigan. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, the one and only.
Karen Smith.
Karen Smith's my mother. Yeah.
Was she a cheerleader in Dothan?
Enterprise High. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Enterprise High. Yep, she's from the good old Lower Alabama.
Well, buddy, let me tell you something. We're proud of you. My wife,
I'm really
my family, we
proud of
always, Jim, I loved you. You and your brother were good people, your mom, good people, and just, this is like you said, we're all addicted to something. I don't want to talk about Jason's problems on air, but we all have problems. Especially one I'm looking at right now.
You better leave me alone. I haven't had any breakfast because
He's on the edge,
I got
man.
tests today. No food, no coffee. I can't even smoke my morning cigar. So you better leave me alone.
I'll hush.
You better leave me alone.
Anytime you want to come back, you're welcome to sit in here the rest of the day if you want to, whatever. We got Coach Floyd coming up in a minute.
Awesome.
But you are incredible. You still look good, man. You look good. You been lifting?
Yes,
Pumping
sir.
weights?
Yeah.
This is Mr. Skateboard.
Oh, yeah. I remember the dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was either you or your brother. Jamie used to dance one of them. That's like, They are incredible, man.
Yeah, dancing, skateboarding, fitness. I just took my addictions and turned them to something a
positive.
little more healthy. Eat clean. Like you're talking about all the trash in our food, man. It's I feel like they just want us sick. So I do my own research.
It's so corrupt.
That's how they profit.
It's all about the money.
Yeah.
So I don't trust.
You get people sick, you can treat them, and they don't treat the root cause. They treat the symptoms.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I got to talk about right now. And I'm pumped up about this. We're 1 day away. 1 day away from that famous, most beautiful, most intelligent, most talented female ever invented. Leighton Bell Hale will be 11 years old tomorrow. Can you believe that? 11
tomorrow?
Will be 11 tomorrow.
Wow.
Lorelai is going to be 8 on her next birthday, and Johnny will be 2. God, you know what? You wait until your kids, they're going to be a blessing for you all the way through, but wait till you become a grandfather. The greatest thing in the world. Let me tell you about this guy. He's brought in so many people, so many kids to his house and take care of him and his wife, Judy, have changed their lives and sacrificed to do so. And now he is a grandfather.
Yep.
And it isn't the greatest thing in the world.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It's awesome.
We'll do the commercials later. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Rex Ryan said Russell Wilson can't play. That was a week ago. Can Russ still play? Now he's somewhere in between week 1 and week 2. Russ can throw the deep ball, and Dallas let him throw the deep ball. But Rex Ryan said Russell Wilson can't play anymore. Do you stand by that?
It's the Dan Patrick Show. Weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Tuesday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, mostly sunshine and a high of 87 with a gentle breeze around 8 miles per hour out of the south-southwest. For tonight, clear skies and a low near 73. Tomorrow, wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, sunny and a high around 87. For Thursday, sunshine and a high of 87. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
When you bring your vehicle to Panama City Toyota for repairs or maintenance, you'll get the warmest welcome around.
That's because we see service differently.
It's not only an expert team that can help with everything, from simple adjustments to a new set of tires. It's also a team that values your time, so we make your experience as quick and comfortable as possible. Because we're committed to service that goes beyond. Only at Panama City Toyota.
Signworks, a business serving businesses since 1985. Everything from signs and banners, vehicles and boats, magnetic and real estate signs, contractor signs, and much more. Signworks can do large format, full color printing too. Signworks, a real professional in the business world. Call Signworks at 785-8899. Signworks, 850-785-8899.
Stay out of his lane and stay off his yard.
Believe me, this man is a menace. He's always drinking, starting fights.
The Coach James Hale Show live from the J. Michael Studios.
Don't turn it off!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3. ESPN Northwest Florida. That was a good segment. I enjoyed that. And what a great family. His brother, him, his mother, Karen. Wonderful people. Just
I can imagine going through some of that stuff. Losing your wife, homeless.
Oh my God, I forgot about his wife.
Yeah. And to be that positive too, just to have that energy in
You've
life.
never seen him dance?
Oh, he's incredible.
Oh, really?
He's
That's awesome.
tremendous.
Yeah.
The reason I know this is because he used to, and his brother, they used to go to the same dance studio and teach the kids that my girls went to.
Yeah.
Julie Krasinski's place.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, this kid he's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have been a professional, in my opinion.
Wow.
I mean, he was really
Did he
good.
play football?
Both of them were good. Both of them could dance.
Did they play football for you?
Yeah, they played for a while.
Nice.
Good kid, man. Just wonderful kids.
Yeah.
I love, and the mother. I love their mother.
very
Great.
athletic, but he's,
Right.
Oh, they can do every jump flip you ever thought about.
Yeah.
Gymnastics, they've been incredible. I mean,
like a little Sean Geyser.
That's kind of who they remind me of.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We got to get Sean in here. We got to get Sean Geyser in here, my guy.
We can get him on here. He still works out I think at Fitness Junkie, I believe.
You know what? I'm sorry, I'm running my mouth. And we got a legend on the phone right now. Coach Floyd, Rutherford High School. Coach, how are you doing this morning, sir?
Maybe he's not there.
I'm doing well. Well, let's see if we get this. We'll try it again. Hang up and call him back so we can get him. We'll try him again. We're trying. Yeah, you know, I seriously, going back to certain things, I swear it's like they try to get they don't care about your health. It's like they try to get you addicted to everything, get every penny they can. There's foods that are sold here in this country, in Europe and other places, they won't let them sell it.
Yes,
they sell us out, man. They don't care about us.
Corn syrup is poison, and it's made from genetically modified corn, which was supposed to be built to be drought resistant. But the studies on it are incredible. The links to cancer and other autoimmune disorders. But it's banned in over 100 countries, and we're one of like 10.
Throw it to us.
That's because we're a consumer, country. We'll consume anything.
Let's get Coach Floyd.
Yeah.
Coach Floyd, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, doing well. How we doing, Coach?
I'm doing great, man. I hope you're doing well. Let's talk about it. Heartbreaker last week. Talk about the game, and then tell us who played well and what you got coming up this week.
Yes, sir. Close game, as you guys can see, from 19 to 21. Felt like we had our chances to win and should have won it. Small mental mistakes and things we harp on through the course of practice that turn out to be big things, whether it's a face mask on third down, whether it's an offside on 2 thirds and shorts, whether it's a pass interference called on 3rd and 20 and then backed up on it in the inside of that 30-yard line in the 13-13. And then the offense is rolling a little bit. So we had some good stuff. We had Jalil Reed had about 77 rushing yards and a touchdown. He threw for another 210 with a touchdown. Braylon Hurd had he had a touchdown with about 4 or 5 catches. Because Ian Rochelle had about 3 catches. Caden Frank, junior receiver, he had a big game. He had 2 big catches for over 40 yards. Because Ian Rochelle had another game on the defensive side of the ball, setting the edge with those guys fighting and battling, not coming off the field. So we had several guys that do well in the course of that game, man. It just didn't roll our way, But hats off to Coach Colton Rush and those guys over there. They actually played hard. They ran the ball well. And, they made a play at the end of the game when they needed to, and that was the difference of the game.
Yeah, what you said is crazy. In a close ball game, a handful of plays is going to determine the outcome. A turnover, a penalty, a stupid mistake costs you that ball game. And it drives you crazy as a coach because I know you go over it, and like you said, this kind of happens. But how are the kids' mental state? Can we keep them focused and let them know, hey, we correct this, correct there, we can still have a really good year?
Man, they got a pretty good mental state. When a lot of times when you lose close games, as a coach, you try to find something that you did wrong and see where you could have found points or stop people from being in the end zone. To prevent some points. But then, this one, the kids kind of like, man, Coach, we got to practice harder. And I say, we kind of pressed on about that a little bit. And, the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Obviously, you're going to play harder in the game than you do in practice. But at the end of the day, if you practice harder, the game will be easy. And when you're going both ways like that, you got to practice a little harder, especially when you're going against scout team guys who probably not going to have the same amount of speed that they're going to have through the course of regular games. So we had a pretty good Monday, man. As far as a lot of formation rec stuff with defense, offense got flying around, got into a little hurry up, a little NASCAR for about a 15, 20-minute period to try to get those guys conditioned for hurry up and things like that. So, man, back to the drawing board, and we got a tough Baker team this week ready to face, and our guys watch them, and they know them guys coming very disciplined and capable of winning any game on their schedule. So we up to that challenge, and we ready to get back to what we're doing.
Coach, you said you're playing Baker High School, and Baker in the past, as you well know, was a state powerhouse at their level with Coach Matt Brunson. Then I think he retired or went away for a little bit, but he's back now. What are they doing on offense and defense? Are they still as powerful as they once were?
Yeah, I think so, man. Baker is Baker is a area where you can pretty much get to keep most of your kids. But then whenever you add Matt Brunson back to it, he is Baker. Baker is Matt Brunson.
Right.
And he has a system. Those guys are very disciplined. And they do whatever he asks them to do. So you can tell on film that they believe in their coach. And he's going to do what he do. And he has some wing tee stuff that he did in the past. But then he get kind of a little fling tee where he spread out a little bit. So
really?
he has evolved. And, a lot of older coaches, they don't evolve as much. They like to do what they do and just stick to it, and that's good. But he's kind of doing what he's doing and evolving into a way where it fits his kids and fits the style of play of these young men who want to play in this day and age. So he got a pretty good quarterback in number 5. He can run it. He can sling it. Number 1 is kind of like a semi Chisholm over Mosley. He's quick. He's short, but he'll run through your face mask. And then you got number 8, which is a fullback, and he'll play a little tight end. He'll come up out of the flats. He'll run downhill, run a little trap, and runs pretty hard. And then you got a deceptive receiver. He's pretty long. Got deceptive speed, good hands, good route runner. Can get behind you and can make the play.
Okay.
And they got a lot of go ahead.
How do you feel like you match up on the offensive defensive lines? I mean, some of these schools are smaller, but they put out some really good physical offensive lines. How do you feel like you match up physically in this game?
Man, those guys I don't feel like they're big. We just face every week. We have to face a bigger line than ours, and this week I feel like it's either gonna be about the same size or bigger. But the thing is not about size. And these guys get off the ball. They in unison. They shoot a shoe. They're trying to get out, trying to run. So they're probably a little bit. I think these guys probably a little bit more stocky, but smaller as far as height. But then they can athletic. They can climb to the next level. They running a little trap by the guard where he's pretty good, trying to get that zero off of that center, and then trying to hit that little dive, little trap, fullback trap right underneath it. So they just really have a system of what they do, and we really have to match what they do as far as our intensity. And I think we match up when it comes down to the athletes that we put on the field. It's just more execution and just doing what we do, because they're gonna do what they do. And then whoever makes a mistake, or whether letting this person score or making this stop, we feel like we can be in the game and at the end of the game, like any game we have, and we're trying to get another one.
His teams are usually really strong. I know he believes in the weight room. I know you do too. Remind me again, where's this game going to be played at?
At Baker.
Was this one added on late or something? Because I thought on one site it had y'all were open this week.
Yeah, we was open. That was when we had the Blountstown game scheduled. But when he was able to get that Blountstown game off of the schedule, we ended up picking up Baker. So it wasn't, it was more of, not having to play a Mosley and a Blountstown back to back, but we didn't go and find, I don't want to disrespect any team, but we didn't go just find any school just to try to get a W.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Coach, I appreciate it, buddy. We will talk to you next Tuesday. Good luck to you, and keep on working hard. Appreciate you, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. Have a good day.
Coach Floyd, he does a great job over at Rutherford High School. I tell you what, he can coach. I like that guy.
They're battling every week.
They're hanging
close.
in there.
I mean, Shipley was a close game. That could have been a win. This last week could have been another win. So they just cleaned some stuff up, and they're right there.
We were watching them for a lot of years, 10 now, us doing this stuff, and I think he does about as good a job as anybody they've had over there in the last 10 years as far as coaching.
Yeah, they got hit hardest by the storm. I mean,
no question.
Yeah.
All right, Jason, let's start with you. What's going on down at Max Fit Sports Nutrition? We keep talking. Scott Shelton was there talking about addictions and the sugar we talked about, alcohol, everything like that. What do we got down there that can help us?
Well, we have some GDAs when you talk about sugar. So GDAs are glucose disposal agents. They break down sugar, they break down carbs, and they shut them intramuscular instead of into fat. So they're good for weight loss, good for balancing glucose levels. We do have some new peptides in for weight loss that have been really good. Tesofensine, it's kind of like an oral GLP-1, but we haven't seen the stomach issues with that. There's a lot more long-term studies on that. But it increases metabolic rate, helps with appetite suppressant for those struggling, with cravings and stuff like that. We have our BP ABC 157s. I mean, we have doctors sending people in for that now. I mean, that's our number one selling product. Heals connective tissue. If you have any arthritis, pain, ligament damage, muscle damage, bone damage, this can help heal that. Also, has a tremendous effect on your gut health as well. So we all have the free sample bar at both locations. We have our InBody 570 to test results. So you can come down, try products for free, get on the InBody, test your body fat, see where your muscle is. So that helps us keep you on the right track. And we have certified sports nutrition on staff for nutrition plans as well.
Try it before you buy it.
Yes.
I like that.
Yep.
I like that.
And we have a great protein. Intech Evolution, sweet with stevia, no artificial colors or sweeteners. Come down. Got some great flavors, over 10 to choose from.
I tell you what, we're talking about high school football. It always makes me think about Taco Bell. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Taco Bell. They got DoorDash. And if you're in Port St. Joe, all you Tiger Sharks, they love you. Taco Bell loves Port St. Joe, Tiger Sharks. You Tiger Sharks, you love Taco Bell. Get out there, support them big time. They are big time supporters of your community. Coach Aaron Jones, I know he's down. I know he loves that Taco Bell down there. 3 great locations on Panama City Beach on Taco Bell's, one in Callaway. Taco Bell and every Friday, right here, 7 o'clock, Port St. Joe Tiger Shark update brought to you by Taco Bell. Also, I got to tell you what's going on down at one of my favorite places to watch college football, the Cajun Place. You're going down there with me this weekend. We're going to meet. You just tell me what time.
Yeah, we got to buy this week, so anytime's fine.
Yeah, well, you let me know what time you want to be there.
I just don't like screaming at the TV. I'm watching it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Alabama's open. Ohio State's open. I thought they had Washington.
No,
they do
that's 2
next
weeks.
week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
They got to open.
Okay. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We're going to go down to the Cajun Place. Jim, come. I'll buy you wings. 50 cents wings. You can't beat that. We can get 30.
He'll buy you a wing.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'll get you 2. I'll get you 2.
Didn't you, Jim?
Here's a dollar. Go ahead.
Wildcat, you're invited too. 50-cent wings, $5 pictures. You can't beat it. I'll get the wings. Jason will get the pictures, and we'll have a great time. Come by and say hello to us at our table.
Big
deal.
27 plus TVs this Saturday. And every time, wear your colors. If LSU wins and score, now if they score a touchdown, get your LSU shirt on, go up and ask for your free Jello shot. They open up at 10 o'clock. They got a brunch going on. And then when the games start, that's when the specials start. 50-cent wings, $5 pitchers at that time. On Sunday, they got the Jazz Band, North Shore Band. They're incredible. They're really, really good. They perform from 10 to, I think about 10 to 12. And then when NFL games kicks off with the 27 TVs around, if you got your Saints colors on, they score a touchdown, go out and ask for your free Jello shot, and they'll do it. Love Rick, Jan, and Trudy. Wonderful job, that Cajun Place. Go have a great time. Pat Perno, City Commissioner, Lynn Haven. Talking about wings. They got great wings over there. This is a place where all the Mosley Dolphins go before the game. They have a little pep rally down there. They have a great food. If you want good food to go, call Patrick. They'll let you do it. They'll make as many as you want. You want 100 wings, they'll make them for you. It doesn't matter. But get down to B4 Braves, Lynn Haven. Great place to watch college and NFL football games. And the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
I'm not saying it's his fault, okay? I'm not blaming Joe Burrow. That offensive line is absolutely putrid. In the same breath, Joe Burrow signed up for that offensive line because he's the one that decided he wanted to play general manager this offseason. So this is a situation of his own making in terms of how this roster is constituted, the pieces that are around him.
Evan Canty and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
If you spend any time at all in your yard, you're going to encounter fire ants.
We know they can ruin a party. That's why we're this area's experts at fire ant elimination.
As your certified top choice professional, we will rid your yard of these unwanted invaders. Brock Pest is so sure they'll get rid of fire ants that they offer a 1-year guarantee.
Enjoy your yard fire ant free. We guarantee it. Give us a call for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, our family protecting yours since 1968.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
ESPN Northwest Florida advertisers get results. Here's MaxFit Sports Nutrition owner Jason Kovaleski.
So if you're looking to advertise or if you have a small business and you're looking to drive traffic to your store, check out ESPN 104.3 with Coach James Hale Show. I've been working with them for 7 years. They've driven a lot of traffic to my business. It's one thing to advertise on the radio where people may hear it. It's another thing to be able to come on, talk to your customers directly.
Get results for your business. Call ESPN Northwest Florida, 850-215-4468.
If you got more A's on your truck than you did in high school, you might be a Bama fan. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! FSU Update is brought to you by Newbies. Get out to one of the 4 Newbies, have a great time. Tell them Coach sent you. Newbies Feeling the Curve. Go watch all the athletic events going on. NFL, college football. I can't wait till it gets cold. They got that fireplace going there, your shooting pool. You're watching all the games, all the TVs. Just having a great time. Then what everybody does, they head down to the mothership, listen to the best entertainment every weekend because that's what Charlotte's going to have there for you. Again, any of the 4 Newbies, you'll have a great time. And go tell them Coach sent you. I love John, love Charlotte. Thank you for what they do to the community. Jim, what do you got for us today?
Well, getting closer and closer to the real Magilla for Florida State. They got Miami in a couple of weeks here, but they got to hold their horses. They got some games to play before they get to that point. They're kind of being rewarded for their hard work in the offseason. They're up to number 7 in the AP. And I got to be honest, I don't think anybody in this room 2 months ago would have said it. They're going to be number 7 in the AP after 2 games, whatever. Not me. And they're number 9 in the coaches poll. So they're definitely headed in the right direction. Can they sustain it? That's obviously going to be the question. They have Kent State this week, which will be a total blowout. You know, Kent State, I talked about them last time. They've had some good individuals. They've had great coaches, but that's not now. It'll be a total blowout. And then next Friday, the 26th, Florida State has Virginia. That should be a win also at Virginia. In the meantime, Miami is playing the Gators tomorrow, and then they're off the week after that. So I don't know who's got the advantage there, playing 2 winnable games in 1 game in an off week. I don't really know, but that's going to be a big one, an important one. Now, with all the coaches getting whacked, UCLA and you got Virginia Tech, are the 2 that I know of for sure. There's a lot of speculation that. And the FSU people got themselves all in the wad about this because Tony White, their defensive coordinator, who came from Nebraska, and they're playing a lot better defense now at Florida State, is a UCLA guy. He played at UCLA. So they're thinking, will Tony White leave to go to UCLA? And this is just me now. Nobody told me to say this is me. You'd be crazy to leave Florida State when they got it going in the right direction to go to UCLA. That's just me.
Yeah.
I know that he's from there and he played there and probably has connections and all that. I get that too. But why would you leave Florida State to go to UCLA? I posted a picture. I think I sent it to you guys. Did you see how many people were at that UCLA game?
Maybe 10,000.
Yeah, they're playing in the Rose Bowl, which seats about 100,000. There may be, like James said, maybe 10, 15,000 people. And they're playing on
embarrassing.
They're in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And they're playing.
We didn't want them, trust me.
Yeah, and they're playing on a Friday night. It's like, I don't get it.
If you want to just think about something, Chip Kelly left that job as a head coach to be an offensive coordinator at Ohio State.
Yeah,
right. That's how bad the job is, and that's
a good point.
It doesn't matter what coach is there; they don't invest in football. They don't take it seriously. They're a really basketball school, so I just don't see them pulling a guy like Tony White. I think he has better opportunities in the future. I think he needs to stay the year at Florida State and see it through.
Just think about would you live in Tallahassee or L.A.? No question.
And then the other thing, another part of that story about the Tony White. Well, if Tony White leaves, they do have Zach Arnett, who was a former defensive coordinator and head coach at Mississippi State on staff, as one of those 6,000 advisors that all colleges have now.
Right.
So, I mean, there is somebody on staff that could fill the job, but to me, you just don't.
Were they thinking about him leaving during the season?
Yes.
Well, the job's open. Recruiting's year round. So,
and the other, we talked about this before too, and I'm going to talk about it now. So with UCLA and with Virginia Tech, now their coaches left. That means those kids have a 30-day window, a 30-day window in the transfer portal.
Yep.
So you talk about a crazy world.
A chaotic, lawless world.
I just don't get it. You know, you got to have some law and order. I mean, there's got to be somebody in charge.
That's that's a great point you made. So if you're Alabama, and need a right tackle. Your guys are hurt, not very good, and they do have a really good offensive tackle, say Virginia Tech. They could go buy him now.
Yes,
that's
and technically,
crazy.
I think he could play this year.
Yeah,
I'm not sure the rules on that.
Yeah, I didn't check that part, but I think
I'll have to look at that. I don't want to say that because
the downside to that was, we both played, we both coached. The transition from Team A to Team B and contribute and actually know their scheme.
System, right.
I don't know. Yeah. Unless you're just some superstar wide receiver or running back or something where it's just instinct, give you the ball and you go, maybe. Yeah. But just the fact that they're allowed, yeah, you got 30 days to pick your favorite color and pick your new team. And
the fact that they think the transfer portal window during the playoffs is a good idea.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane.
Because that's actually set and structured like, yep, this is a good idea. This is what we settled on this time frame. And you got teams playing in playoffs. And we had the backup quarterback from Penn State transfer out during the playoffs last year. That's insane to me.
I just don't see that going through. I don't think the coach is going to vote for that. I don't know if they get a vote. I don't know if they get a vote, though, is the thing. I don't either.
Yeah, I don't know who
the whole thing is they're trying to match up like quarters, semesters with the actual football season, and they don't match up. You know, so
no, they don't.
I want to go back to White. I don't know what he's got me making over $1 million there, and at UCLA. They don't care about football, but they're pocketing a lot of money.
Oh, absolutely!
Look at the share they get from the Big Ten, and they can make their basketball program unbelievably strong. You know, not spending money on football, and it looks like they're not spending money on football that I've heard of. Obviously, he's make more money as a head coach, but I don't know if I'd take that job.
But here's the thing too. We talk about this all the time, and I know you can't get everybody. You can't get all the recruits. But I'm just going to use Ohio State as an example because I know these for a fact. Okay, Julian Sain is from Southern California. C.J. Stroud is from Southern California. Chris Olave from Southern California. There's 3 guys within probably 100 miles of that campus, and USC too, for that matter, that decided to take their talent somewhere else. Hey, all the way across the country.
They got Chris Henry coming in as the number 1 wide receiver in the country from California.
Right.
I mean, of course, he transferred, but Caden Watt and Dixon, there's number 2 receiver in the class, California, modern day.
And Oregon's getting a bunch of good players out there.
Oh, absolutely. Oregon is too. USC's finally starting to pay money, but this is my problem with some of these jobs opening. If there's no NIL backing, what's the point of being gone there? I mean, you're dead in the water. You're not going to be successful when people are paying 6-7 figures to these high school recruits and you're trying to pay them $50,000. You're just not going to be successful. So
now USC could bring it back.
USC's in the midst of it.
Yeah, they're a lot better.
Now we can debate whether Lincoln Riley's the guy to do that, but their financial backing is second to none right now.
Now they're better. They still don't get the crowds they used to. No, it's just not important there. That place has changed.
Well, it's the politics and stuff in California, what they value, what they push.
That's a different planet.
Yeah,
it really is.
It really is. My sister lives out there.
I want to go back to FSU about one thing. I watched that Tennessee and Georgia game, and I believe this. I believe this 100%. Georgia had played 2 cupcakes. And you could see it, man. They just didn't look fast. They weren't playing fast. They had to get adjusted to the speed of the game, how good Tennessee players are. Now, I am a little bit concerned about the schedule. They're getting confidence, but they've got who they have?
You talking about
Florida State?
Yeah, you got Kent State and Virginia next.
Yeah,
and then you got Miami.
And the week before, they've had 3 games where the team in Alabama. I put Alabama looks slow.
Yeah, they're cupcake.
Miami is playing a tougher. They play Notre Dame. They got Florida this week, a fast team, so they're going to be used to that. But they got a week off, so it might take FSU a quarter to get adjusted to the Miami speed. since they've been playing.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and I swear to God, that's a fact, man. That stuff happens.
Miami's for real. We talked
You
about.
called it. I didn't believe it.
Well, I mean, if you get the good back and put it into their recruiting the last 3 years, you got a really good team. And their offensive line, defense line, I mean, what I seen against Notre Dame was elite, at least for this year. I
go back to what he said earlier. I think it was during the summer, Jim pointed out, and it's hard to understand it, but you're okay with a loss. I mean, you don't want to lose.
Right.
But, like, if FSU did screw up and lose to Miami, Clemson, and you pointed this out, to give you credit for this one because I thought they were back. Clemson's not what we thought. It doesn't seem like. So it's not over if they lose to Miami. Who else is on that schedule can beat them? Florida could beat anybody, but they can also lose anybody.
Right.
I was more impressed with Tennessee in that loss. They should have won that game. I was actually really impressed with Georgia's offense, which I had questions at. So I think they're teams are really good.
They both play hard.
Yeah,
they got after each other
defensively.
Georgia is so much more. Georgia is so much more physical. They're so much more physical than Alabama.
They got to clean up some stuff in the secondary, but I was impressed with the offense. And then my biggest question was what Gunnar Stockton was going to look like in a big time game on the road. Can he match point for point? And they did. So you got to give them credit.
I remember our coaches telling us, you never quit playing. Go to the next play, and you never quit playing. And look at Georgia. You thought the game was over. They get in field goal position, they miss it, and it's just Kirby
Texas
Smart.
A&M and Notre Dame, same thing. Same thing.
Well, speaking of that one, those officials, come on, man.
SEC officials.
They called holding on A&M a couple times, like, why would they call that? Because I wouldn't have called on that. And then on the last play of the game,
that guy tackled him.
They tackle him. You hear me? They tackle him.
And it would have been a
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Did you see it? They didn't hold him. They tackled him.
And
that's true.
He goes, no, I didn't.
Keep playing.
I didn't see it.
What?
What?
My glasses fell off. What?
The targeting penalty was
what holding? What?
But the targeting penalty on the quarterback, just because the quarterback got hurt, was a joke too. I mean, that was a big
SEC.
Is that what you wanted?
But Notre Dame's got issues on defense, man. Chris Ash, we've had experience with him over the years. Chris Ash,
I didn't know he was our defense.
I forgot. Because
Y'all,
when they hired
time out. We got he's going to hit me. I got to take a break. We ran over. All right, let's talk about some of the great people we got. I want to thank newbies for the FSU update. I tell you what, the one in St. Andrews, the blue facility out there is beautiful. Great time out there. You can sit outside and have a great time, look at the water, the moon, the stars, or hang out inside, either one. But John Sharp, love you. They're always giving back to the community. Let's make sure we support them. Tell them Coach sent you. Get one of the four newbies. Have a great, great time. The legend, I love him. I love this man. The one and only, the legendary Dr. Chad Mitchell, 26 years on Bay County sidelines. The guy's incredible. One of the first doctors ever trained in robotic surgery. People come from miles around to be operated on by Chad Mitchell. Listen to Chad every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Stevenson Air Conditioning. I love Jason. Locals taking care of locals. Stevenson Air Conditioning. You know what? If you got an old one, get rid of it. Bite the bullet. Go buy you a brand new one. Have Jason come over and his crew. They'll give you all these different options. Listen to them. They know what they're talking about. They can give you instructions how to make your house be cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter. They know what they're talking about. It's one of the few things you can purchase that will pay for itself over a period of time. Go with the most honest, hardworking people out there, and that is Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're number one. It's not even close. It's not even close. We'll be right back. 104.3. Shut up. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Billy Napier. What's he got to do?
Win.
Can Beck win the Heisman at Miami? Is he the front runner? I don't know. We'll find out.
It's here at Oklahoma.
We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your college football headquarters for the biggest and best games of the week.
It's a touchdown!
Huge rivalries and your favorite teams in the SEC, ACC, and beyond.
It's a miracle!
The Gators, Hurricanes, LSU, Georgia, Auburn, and Notre Dame play here.
Unbelievable!
The Gulf Coast headquarters for college football is 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Tuesday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, mostly sunshine and a high of 87 with a gentle breeze around 8 miles per hour out of the south-southwest. For tonight, clear skies and a low near 73. Tomorrow will wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, sunny and a high around 87. For Thursday, sunshine and a high of 87. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Teachers shape the future. Right now, in a classroom somewhere in the United States, there's a teacher inspiring a future scientist who'll make preventing pandemics their life's work. Sharpening the mind of an aspiring environmentalist who'll help combat climate change. And generating possibilities for a student who'll be the first in their family to graduate college. Explore a career that leaves a legacy you can be proud of. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The tradition continues.
Lots of force on this one. Hello, Chop House. A 2-run homer.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. I tell you, we got some sad news. Jim just told me, Julie just texted me. I loved this actor. I loved his movies. Golly, man. The Sting, you pointed out, was a great. Robert Redford died. How old?
89.
89 years. Yeah, give us the movies. Tell us the movies.
My two favorite ones for Robert Redford were Butch Cassidy and The Sting.
Sting was incredible.
The Sting was a
Paul
great
Newman.
movie.
Yeah, that was a great. Who was the guy he played in Jaws also?
Robert Shaw.
Robert Shaw. What a movie.
Doyle Lanigan.
Yeah. It's like a brilliant.
Great movie.
If you've never watched The Sting, I don't care how old you are, watch it. It's incredible. And I love the one, Jeremiah Johnson. I love that.
Yeah.
It was an awesome movie. It was unbelievable. And then I cried. I absolutely cried the way we were. I cried.
Oh, come on, man.
I mean, I just bawled.
I wouldn't.
That was the saddest. That was the saddest movie. The way we were. Anyway, did you like Robert Redford? I loved it.
A little bit. I thought it was a little boring, some of the movies.
Oh, come on.
Oh my God.
I like The Natural.
How can you say that?
Yeah, The Natural.
Yeah.
Roy Hobbs. Yeah. Oh, my God.
How
Yes,
can you
The
say
Natural.
that?
Yeah.
Wildcat, did you like him? Do you love Robert Redford?
He wasn't one of my favorite actors, no, but yeah, there was a couple movies.
Come on, what's wrong with you guys? It's a legend.
We don't like sitting there crying at movies like females, so. Hey, go ahead. Go down memory lane.
You gotta have feelings. You gotta have feelings.
Oh, God. This is a painful.
Unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's get back to some feelings. Billy Napier. Let's see. Billy Napier, winning percentage is at 48.7%, the worst since 1950 for a head coach of the Florida Gators.
Wow.
What's his record?
It's not his record. His winning percentage is only 48.7, the worst since 1950 as a head coach of the Florida Gators.
Sounds like Lagway's completion percentage.
Yeah.
He needs to win his next 28 games to match the winning percentage of Dan Mullen. All right, let's see who he's got to play. Can he do it Can he win the next 28 games? This week at number 4, Miami, versus number 8, Texas, at number 10, Texas A&M, versus Mississippi State, which is 3-0, getting ready to be 4-0, versus number 5, Georgia in Jacksonville, at Kentucky, he'll get one. He'll get one. At number 13, Ole Miss. Hey, if you like Robert Redford, would have been nice to you.
Yeah.
And then versus number 15, Tennessee. Oh, yeah, they close out the year with a cupcake, number 7, FSU. I don't think he's going to get over 50 before he gets whacked. I hate it for him. I think he's a good coach. I think he's a good man. And who knows, though? We don't know. We can't tell the future. Maybe they got a good ball club. They play hard.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
They're good. They're not bad.
The thing that's good about them compared to in the past, they don't seem to be as, what's the word I'm looking for, dysfunctional as they've been.
Right.
They play hard. It's not effort. maybe bad effort. I mean, misdirected effort. But I mean, they're playing hard. That's half the battle.
You got to really wonder with all these, rumors of off-season injuries, how much did Lagway get to practice this offseason? Because he looks really rough
terrible.
out there and rusty.
5 interceptions.
Biggest disappointment.
Because let's be honest, Florida outplayed LSU. I mean, I think they had 29 first downs to 10 for LSU.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: if you get 5 takeaways and you only win by 10 points. LSU's, and maybe it goes back what you said about Clemson. I thought that was a huge win for LSU, and it was.
Yeah.
But Clemson might not be what we thought. They might not, but it's still early. We still got 10 games to go.
I mean, their one win, they were down at Troy by 13 points
17.
in the third quarter.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, all right, let me ask you guys this. He mentioned it. UCLA fired a coach. Virginia Tech, they fired a coach. Who do y'all got? Who do you think is next? Napier, Fickle, Gundy, Pittman, Elliott, Virginia, and then I will say this: whoever loses this week, you'll hear some grumbling. They're both undefeated. Auburn's 3-0, Oklahoma's 3-0. You got to win at Oklahoma. You got to win at Auburn. The loser I won't say he's on the hot seat, but you're going to hear some people really upset. Whoever loses that football game. That could put them back on the seat. Alabama loses to Georgia. It goes right back to what it was when it's after FSU. I know those people. I'll be one of the main ones leading the charge. What do you think?
I posted this at some point. I think the one who's not an SEC guy, but I think Luke Fickell at Wisconsin is playing on a very short leash.
I'm disappointed.
And you kept talking about Wisconsin, and I said, James, Wisconsin is not very good.
No.
They're not what they were, maybe not even 3-4 years ago. They used to be really big, really physical.
They're slow.
They're not athletic at all. I mean, and Luke Fickell's a great person, a good coach, but I just think he's in over his head there. I just think that.
Well, remember he came in and put the spread off.
Yeah,
what are you That's doing? Not what they are. That's not what they're known for.
That's not what they are. I just don't. I looked at the schedule. They're playing Maryland. Now he loses to Maryland, and the Maryland's at Wisconsin. If Wisconsin loses to Maryland, man, that seat's really going to heat up because that's a game that in the past Wisconsin would just steamroll, just blow them out.
Be 56-0 with 400 rushing yards.
Yeah, exactly.
And I thought he was. I don't care. He is a good coach. I really believe he's a good coach. I just think he probably made some poor decisions on this offense side.
Right.
I think he's a good defensive coach. But, head coaches, defensive coaches. I mean, he struggled at Ohio State in his interim year, that was normal. I'm not throwing that on him, but. He had some success at Cincinnati, but he had Marcus Freeman as their defensive coordinator.
At one time, when he was at Cincinnati and doing what he did there, I thought he would one day be the head coach at Ohio State.
But you remember now, you say this all the time, but Cincinnati's not the Big Ten. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. You're not playing the same level week in, week out. He's playing a lot tougher teams in the Big Ten than he ever had to play at Cincinnati.
And I truly believe there's some coaches that take lower ranked kids and develop them better, but when they get to a big time job, they're just not able to get that talent that you need to have that standard in. Like Wisconsin is a proud football tradition. They usually rely on offensive line, running backs because that's what they get out of their region. But he tried to revamp that offense, make it a spread, make it more, futuristic, and it just backfired to me.
I want y'all to give me 3 names that have a shot at getting the Heisman. I'll give you I'll go first, and I'll tell you the reason why. I think you got to be on a championship contender team. I like Beck at Miami because I look at their schedule. They take care of Florida State, and they could maybe run the table. We'll wait and see. I think with him winning, playing those big games, he's got a shot to win it. I think Saban's got a shot to win it. He's going to be playing in the big games. I thought Washington at 2:30 next weekend. A lot of people be watching that one. He's got a chance to do it. They're ranked number 1 right now. And the third one is Oklahoma. If they can continue to win,
right?
And now the Texas game looks winnable. The Auburn game, they can win that one. Yeah, you're right. That's my 3. Who am I forgetting? I know there's got to be somebody else out there, but who would your top 3?
I think to me the front runner is Mateer at Oklahoma.
Yeah,
because Oklahoma's got the tradition of having Heisman quarterbacks. They do.
They do.
And he's going to have a lot of exposure. And I'm sorry, Texas. Arch Manning is completing 55% of his passes.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's hurt. It does. You show me that video, he looks hurt. He's throwing everything like sidearm and
Right.
3/4. It looks like he's grimacing every time he throws the ball. It looks like his shoulders hurt.
And it didn't look like that last year in limited time.
Right.
It was different competition, but still, the mechanics were different. He wasn't throwing off his back foot, the sidearm. And you can see him wincing at times with his shoulder. So I'm not sure.
Who are your other two?
Yeah.
Well, I think Mateer, I think Beck is
George, Miami, yeah.
And I think the one who probably deserves it but won't get it because it's a position is Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Nobody can cover him.
Yeah.
Nobody.
And I think they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. He had 9 catches, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns, rushing.
You don't think Sam's got a shot?
Oh, I think he does.
He does, but he's only a freshman.
He's completing
He's a redshirt freshman.
1% of his passes, which is
he's only playing the big games.
Yeah, so it just depends on what he does in big games. How's he handle the Michigan game? How's he handle the Penn State game? How going to Washington? I know people laugh about that. Washington's a very good football team and a tough place to play.
But does it hurt him because Smith's the guy who's going to get all the?
I think that could split the vote a little bit. To me, Beck, I would have him as my front runner just because they got the Notre Dame win. I mean, he looks tremendous. To me, he's been the difference for them, adding him in. I like Mateer, but, Mateer left some plays on the field against Michigan. A better team could have taken advantage of that.
I think another one that gets overlooked, you guys probably haven't seen him play yet, but I watched a lot of the Big Ten, is Dante Moore at Oregon.
Yeah, I was going to throw him in there.
He lights it up every week.
Yeah, and they got weapons. And
he's going to continue to light it up now. Eventually, that's going to get tougher competition, but he's going to have big numbers.
Is how good their offensive line is, and we're going to find out when they play Penn State.
Right.
I mean, that's going to be a big time game for both programs. But I agree with Jeremiah Smith. I think they're making a concerted effort to get him the ball, and I think they're going to try to get him the Heisman, if not for sure the Blitnikoff.
And before the season started, it was Manning's going to do this, he's going to do that.
I'm sorry, no.
You never know. How much time we got? We got to take a break. All right, let me go through this really quick. I won't forget anybody. Turf Pro Pest Control, love Patrick. Locals taking care of locals. Listen to him every Monday, 8:30 right here at ESPN. Kyle Vandegrift, love Vandegrift, family, unbelievable. Roofing, general contracting, design, build, commercial, residential. You're looking for a roof? You call Kyle Vandegrift. Listen to him every Friday right here on ESPN, Northwest Florida. Steve's Bike Shop. Steve was in here yesterday, did a great job. You're looking for a bike? Steve's Bike Shop. Nowhere else. Don't go. You get what you pay for. Go to Steve's Bike Shop, please. Skin cancer can be deadly. Go see Dr. Ward. Offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. Listen tomorrow, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back. 104.3. Hey, whoa. We got to get some jewelry. Where are we going?
We go to David Adamson Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
Right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The Coach James Hale Show.
If you got a swim meet, one guy gets a big lead. It's like he's going to win. The other guy comes up and beats him. He got beat.
And listen, I'm not a Tennessee fan, but like
he got beat.
Because it's going to be some smart aleck answer.
You're right.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9. At 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Tuesday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, mostly sunshine and a high of 87 with a gentle breeze around 8 miles per hour out of the south-southwest. For tonight, clear skies and a low near 73. Tomorrow, wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, sunny and a high around 87. For Thursday, sunshine and a high of 87. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
WVLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
CBC Construction is looking for a few good men. At CBC Construction, our greatest strength lies within our talented team. Join us and be a part of a dynamic company that values its people. We offer a tremendous opportunity to create a future for your family and the Florida Panhandle. CBC Construction is now hiring. Call us at 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com to learn more. CBC Construction. Be part of a winning team.
He's a 10-foot-tall, barrel-chested beast man who showers in vodka and feeds his baby shrimp scampi.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Please welcome.
Pain don't hurt.
Live and local from the J. Michaels studio, the Coach James Hale Show, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll, Tide, roll. Alabama Update is brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. I love Jason. Graduated from Mosley High School. One of the most honest, hardworking guys out there. Locals taking care of locals out there, Panhandle, Florida. Hey, they tell you they're going to be there, they're there. They'll get out there as fast as possible. Call them anytime, day or night. Breaks down, they'll be there for you. It's one of the few things you can purchase or pay for itself over a period of time. You got an old one, and it keeps running and running. Your power bill's going through the roof. It's time to get a new one. Call Jason, have him come out there. They'll coach you up. They'll give you a lot of options, and go with them. It'll pay for itself for a period of time. Stevenson Air Conditioning, no more. It's not even close. And I love Pat Perneau. City Commissioner Lynn Haven does an incredible job over there. You want a great meal, you're over that way, get out to Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. All right, Alabama operating costs last year, or football operating costs for University of Alabama last year. Did they get their money worth? I'll say they did not. They spent $113 million on football, and they went 9-4. 9-4. They were one of the most expensive operating college football. Matter of fact, they were the most expensive. Number 2 came in. Now, we're talking about football expenses. Number 2, Texas A&M spent $90.8 million on football. Did they get a good return on their money? I would say not.
Half of that was going to Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, that's right, 77, some whatever it is. But now, it looks like they're a lot better this year. We shall see as it plays out. Number 3, Washington. Washington spent $87.5 million. Number 4, it's amazing. SEC, Big Ten, Big Ten. Number 4, Nebraska spent $84.1 million. Yikes. Number 5, Ohio State spent $78. Who got the best return? $78.5 in the national championship, $113 million in 4 losses, the most losses in 18 years. Just saying. Here we go again. Another SEC school, 75.9, Tennessee. And number 7, the Big Ten, Michigan, 72.4. Number 8, Georgia, 68.9. The only team out of the top 10. This is what, guys, is coming. I don't know if you watched the Commissioner of SEC talking the other day. It's coming. It's happening as we speak. They're going to get together with the Big Ten again. They're getting together, doing some things. I think you're probably going to see some expansion. I think they're going to determine how many playoff teams there are and how it's going to be run. I really do. I think it's heading that way. At number 9 was Clemson, 67.8, and number 10, Texas, 65.8.
All right, wait a minute. Let's get to the nut cutting here. Where to Kentucky? How much did Kentucky spend? How much did get $12.95?
Yeah.
That's all we had.
They were Dollar General. That's all we had.
79 cents.
No, hey, go look at basketball. It's totally different. They'll spend the money on basketball.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's take this phone call.
Football, but
I got to leave here at 8:15. We're going to shut down the show at 8:15. I got something happen. I got to get out of here, and we'll be back tomorrow. But we're going to go national here in a minute. So we will take this time. But he knows better to call during the Alabama update. Who is it? Good morning.
Go Blue Trucks. Hey, this is an Alabama thing. Brian Branch's highlights versus the Bears were phenomenal. The Alabama trio of Williams, Gibbs, and Branch were just phenomenal. I want to say something real quick. Hope it's something serious, Coach. You got to leave early. But I got to say something. I'd rather have Billy Napier as coaching my kid than Brian Kelly. Because Billy Napier, he cares. You can tell he cares on the sideline. It's not his fault his quarterback threw 5 picks. But he stuck by his quarterback, though, and he sent him back out there because he's young. He can't control his players spitting on people. Coaches can only do so much. But Brian Kelly is a moron. He shouldn't be coaching football. The media asked him a fair question. What's wrong with your offense? You have 5 takeaways and 6 points were on a pick 6. It's a valid question. And for him to blow up, and he's done this crap ever since he's at Grand Valley State, Central Michigan, Cincinnati, Notre Dame. He has no business coaching young men. None. His true colors really did come out during that presser. And, yeah, they won the game, but LSU's going to get what they deserve, bro. I can't stand Kelly. Never have, never will.
Thank you.
How do you really feel?
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. That was motivating. I love that.
Most of
No,
the
got me upset when I saw that video of Kelly. I mean, like, take it.
All right.
Your offense is terrible.
If Jared could play, had eligibility, go anywhere he wanted to go, he would go play at Georgia for Kirby Smart, because I know what kind of man he is.
Yeah.
You want to learn a work ethic. You want to know all about loyalty, commitment,
toughness.
Academically, he gets on their butt. He'd go play for. Yeah, I know they get arrested in car race and stuff like that. I just wouldn't let him drive a car in Atlanta and Athens. But that's who he'd go play for. And another one would be Dabo. I'd like my kid to play for Dabo. I don't know Day. I don't know much about him. I'm trying to think of the other big name coaches right now.
Dan Lanning.
I don't know. He was with Saban, so he should be okay. If you had a son you could play at that level, who would you want to play for? And take out the Ohio State love. Just you want your kid to play for a great guy.
I think Ohio State would be a good choice. I think Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame is another good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yes.
I think he's got. I think he's got his stuff together for the most part.
I didn't think of it. You're right. You're right.
I think James Franklin at Penn State. I think he's got it together too. For caring for kids.
Right. Right.
I mean, I do like Kirby. I like the old school, the tougher coaches. I mean, I think that's how you win. I think being hard on kids teaches them a lot about life. You know, now they've had some off the field issues, but when you got 85 kids on scholarship, you're going to have some issues.
Right.
I really like Mike Norvell as the person. I'm not sure what he is as a coach. I mean, we've seen him have a 13-0 season.
He seems like a good
210. But I don't question his values. I don't question if he's there for the kids, and I think that he's a good man. That's why I was really happy seeing them turn that around this year. I've always liked Florida State. They were kind of my second team. I loved Bobby Bowden, so I would give Mike Norvell and be confident that my kid, even if they didn't win. Beamer's another one, but there's some.
I tell you, he's a great guy. You all think I'm crazy, but you ever watch him, how he deals with people? Sam Pittman's a good man.
Yeah.
Sam Pittman's a good man. Now, he'll probably get fired this year, but I'm just saying he is a good person. I think those kids love him, play hard for him. I know it sounds crazy, but I watched a lot of stuff on him. I like that guy.
The Illinois coach is a good coach, too.
Yeah, Bielema. I like him, too.
You would run through a wall for that guy.
See, I thought he was a great fit for Arkansas.
He's a great fit for Wisconsin. If he went to Illinois, Wisconsin would throw the Brinks truck at him. And he would win. He already did win there, and they got spoiled, and then they ended up getting rid of him. And the grass isn't always greener.
Now, definitely one school I would not let my son go to. I don't want him to learn about cheating. I want him to have character. You heard what Feinbaum said about Michigan? He went off on him, man.
Who cares what Feinbaum
they went off on him.
Too.
And even Eddie wouldn't send his kid to Michigan because they cheat and did things incredibly wrong.
But they could go to Ohio State and get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing, though. Heupel is becoming the Franklin of the SEC with some of his coaching decisions, man. I mean, there's no way they should have lost to UGA. And they should have kicked that field goal versus run another play, and it cost them 5 yards, kick the field goal, and win the ball game.
I'm not going to say anything about him because Alabama's got to play him. Tennessee scares me to death.
That quarterback was really good, though. I mean,
Well, Heupel will screw it up, so don't worry about it, Coach. You'll be good.
Well, Miss Katie, thank you for calling. I hope you have a great day. We apologize. We're going to be out for the rest of the show. We have something we got to do. And we'll be back and make it up to you tomorrow. We're out. Have a great day. What? Oh, I thought you said you show me the other finger and you hurry up. So now you're saying the other finger 1 minute.
Say goodbye to your sponsors.
Oh, goodbye, sponsors. I love you. I appreciate it.
Goodbye, too.
Yeah. Jason, come with me. Okay. I'm gonna need some help. I'll get out and visit J. Michael's restaurant today if you're looking for a great lunch. I think the special day's black beans and rice quesadilla is really good. Jim Bob, thank you. We'll see you two guys on Friday. Jim won the high school picks and college picks. Wasn't a good week for us. We didn't do that well. All right, we're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Sorry about that. We got to go.
Turnovers, heroic comebacks.
In for the touchdown.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida delivers the biggest matchups of the week from across the nation. Your college football headquarters on the Gulf Coast. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Tuesday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, mostly sunshine and a high of 87 with a gentle breeze around 8 miles per hour out of the south-southwest. For tonight, clear skies and a low near 73. Tomorrow, wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, sunny and a high around 87. For Thursday, sunshine and a high of 87. This weather forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
With over 4 decades in business, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to take your collection to the next level. All new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia and supplies, new and vintage cards and Pokemon. Buy, sell, and trade. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards inside the Stanford Station on 23rd Street next to Academy Sports. Come see the bigger store and the larger inventory or visit online, instantReplaySportsCards.com.
Hewitt Tire and Auto has been in business in Panama City forever. Locals taking care of locals. From the smallest to the largest vehicles, they do it all. But don't take my word for it. Listen to the experts.
Hewitt Tire and Auto, your certified AAA service center and hometown towing. Visit them online at HewittTire.com on Airport Road in Panama City.
850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
Coach would have pulled DJ Lagway at halftime.
Billy Napier's job is going to be dependent on the success of DJ Lagway. He's a young quarterback. He needs more experience. Maybe he needs better coaching, but he's Billy Napier's guy.
Amber Indian, weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on SiriusXM Channel 80. A college football doubleheader, Saturday.
Let's go!
At 3:30 p.m. Eastern, it's the SEC on ABC presented by Burger King. Jackson Arnold returns to Norman to lead the number 22 Tigers against John Mateer and the 11th ranked Sooners.
The battle of SEC undefeated.
Then at 7:30, ABC Saturday Night Football presented by Capital One. The newest chapter in a historic rivalry as the Gators take on Carson Beck and the number 4 Hurricanes.
Beck taking a shot for the end zone. It is caught.
Saturday on ABC and streaming on the all-new ESPN app. The Rich Eisen Show.
When McCarthy threw that pick six, I just popped on, and the number of people are like, it's amazing what happens when Colin Stallion's not on the sideline. I went in people's feeds that I barely speak to.
I saw it.
I mean,
for someone who's always telling me, TJ, don't read the comments.